What's cracking, smack whacking all? Yo, 503 coming at you with another video for Top Notch Gaming in our series on a beginner's guide to Diamond Dynasty. Today, going over card types and collections. When I say card types, I'm referring to the series of card right here. You see, I already have it filtered down. This is all of the live series cards. See, I got my filter on, set the series to live. That's how you would look for this when the new game comes out. This does not seem to be something they've looked into changing. Okay, so the live series cards are your first batch of cards. These will all be in the game at launch. The overalls on the players you're seeing right now, some of them will probably be different. I'd have to guess. Mike Trout will be the same. DeGrom within 1 or 2 overall. Betts within a couple overall. They're not going to change much, but they'll probably change. Mike Trout right now is the most expensive card you see. $84,500 for buy now. He will be over double that if I had to take a guess opening night of the new game, which is over or $100 for a single card if you want to just buy it outright. And live series cards are very unique in basically any game mode like this across any sports game because they update based on actual performances. Let me find him. I think he's on the third page. Where is he? Is he on the 4th page? There he is. Randy Arozarena. Can't see it from this menu, but he started off the year a lot lower than 85 overall. He played amazing in the playoffs, broke all these playoff records, bam, upgraded to an 85 overall, is now a diamond. Then you have a guy, let me find someone who I know used to be a diamond. And there used to be a gold. Jose Altuve used to be a diamond, down to an 83. Charlie Morton was a diamond, down to an 83. Salvador Perez started off the year as a silver, I believe, or was at least a silver for some point in the middle of the year. These guys go up and down. If they play well, they can go up. If they play poorly, they can go down. All of these cards will be in the game at launch, live series cards, that is, and they are the only batch that is like that, where the cards are there, and that's it. Okay, next up we got rookie cards, and they're just what they sound like. They're a rookie version of different players. You got current players, Albert Pujols, legend guys like Ted Williams and Mickey Mantle. And there's not much else to rookie cards. You get them in different ways throughout the game, and they're not usually the best cards. Breakout series, again, not usually the best cards. This is probably the highest breakout in the game. Vita Blue, 93 overall. Not great cards. You get them all throughout the game mode, and they are to represent a year a player broke out and became the star they ended up being. Vita Blue in 1971 had a breakout season and ended up being a very good pitcher throughout his career. Okay, veteran cards is kind of the opposite of rookie and breakout. It's a guy at the end of his career who's still playing. They don't have to be playing well, but in the case like Cy Young, they played great long into their career. Sammy Rollins, Chipper Jones, and veteran cards are never going to be very high overalls just because no one plays their best after they've been in the league for 15 years. But this Chipper Jones card was amazing. He also came out a little earlier in the year. He would probably be a little worse now with higher competition, but when he came out, he was amazing. Hanley Ramirez was another pretty good one. Jimmy Rollins, not my favorite, but I know a lot of people had success with him. All-Star cards. This is a year a player made the All-Star game, as it would make sense for. Miguel Cabrera, Bob Feller, John Smoltz. All great cards, just a version of them the year they made the All-Star game at some point. Award series. This is one of the big 3 throughout the year. This past year, only the show 20, the big 3 series are awards, prime, and signature. Awards are what they sound like. It is a version of a player a year they won an award. Roger Swansby, the 1925 MVP. Vlad Guerrero, the 2004 Silver Slugger. Andrew Jones, the 2000 Gold Glove. And it goes on like that. It's just a player a year they won an award. Postseason. These are past year postseason performance. This did not include the 2020 season. The most recent is 2019 and go back at least as far as 1905. A year a player had a great postseason. Steven Strasburg, postseason MVP, or World Series MVP in 2019. Future Stars. Future Stars are a player who is a very highly touted prospect, either isn't in the league yet or has been in the league for a year or two, is like a rookie, maybe got a little experience the year before, but is still classified as a rookie by the MLB. It's a really good card of them. Even the lower ones are still really solid cards. Signature Series. This is, again, one of those top 3 up there with Prime and Awards. You already saw Awards. Signature is, they take all of the years a player was good throughout their career and put it all together on the one card. And this is everything about them. And that these will be a player's best card. All of these look amazing. Chris Sale, lefty, every single one of these is an amazing looking card. Face of the franchise. This was a nice series they added this year. It was every team got 2 of these throughout the year, one of which was a legend, one a current player, and the legend ones are all 97 to 99 overalls. You see some really good looking cards. This replaced one of those top 3 series for these players. If a player got a face of the franchise as a legend, they didn't get a signature or high awards or a prime card because they already had a top tier card in the game. It was just a way to show off a player who meant a lot to a certain franchise. Now, prime cards are kind of like signature, except they only put together like 3 years. It takes like, if a player's really good over a 3-year stretch and the rest of their career they're kind of that's a lot more true about guys like Adam Wainwright. They had a few good years that you're like, they were just dominating people, but they never happened to win anything. They'd get a prime card to show off how they were over that stretch of time. They were really good, and a lot of the times a prime is a player's best card. Like Frank Thomas here is prime card. Amazing. Next up we got prospects. Prospects are like lower overall future stars. You see a lot of overlap. I know Brendan McKay got a future star. I think Kopech did. Joey Bart I know did. A lot of these guys got future stars in the end. Nate Pearson has a really good future stars card. But prospects and future stars are usually a lot of overlap because it's the same type of player. It's guys who haven't really made it to the league yet, but are expected to do good things when they get there. Topps Now, really cool card series. They are actual Topps Now cards based on things that happen in the real MLB, and every week or two they add the cards into the game based on actual performances, and the stats reflect that way. Tyler Stevenson right here hit a pinch hit 2-run home run for a walk-off to win a game last year at some point. So he got a Topps Now. They gave him good stats against lefties because I'm assuming he hit that home run off a lefty. And that's the basic idea to how all of these cards work. Finest. These are, at the end of the year, every team will get a finest. These ones that are like the white and then like the team colors for the background were this year. These ones that are like the Alex Bregman that you see on screen now. The cards like this were past year cards that they brought back because people liked them a lot. And then every team got at least 199. And then a lot of the teams got a second card, a 97, 98, not low, but not 99 overall card. Because it was a guy who did really good, but just wasn't that top guy on their team. Coming up next, Players League, probably not coming back next year. This was because of COVID and no season. They did a tournament where every MLB team had one player. They entered a tournament, and the top 8 players got cards. You only see 7 up here because one of them's not on the marketplace. I'd have to go look for him in my item binder. Home Run Derby, another similar thing. No actual Home Run Derby, so they just brought out a bunch of all the players they had in the game. They went through and chose a bunch for Home Run Derby cards because they were in the Home Run Derby and did something cool that year. Like Aaron Judge won a home run, or hit 4 500-foot home runs in the Home Run Derby. That's pretty impressive. 2020 postseason. It's guys who did good in the playoffs this year. And that is it. Those are all of the card series. Next I'm going to go through collections, which are, if you're going to play this game a lot, a very important part of it. Okay, here I am on the collections. It's on the collect page here. Collections are, you put in a bunch of players to get better players, basically. Like you see here, if you look at live series, you have 399 overalls. Mickey Mantle came out launch day. Was very hard to get, but he is one of the best cards in the game still. That is how good these collections can be. And the way they work is, for live series collections, it is you collect the 40 live series cards on a team's roster. The best one for the Orioles isn't that good, and that's why you see here an 80 overall reward, because they never have a top tier player this past season. The Yankees, on the other hand, You see they have 6 diamond cards. You put them all in, and you get a Giambi. The way you get the Mickey Mantle and all those guys, every division has a set. You finish all 5 teams in a division. You put them in the collection. You get a collection reward. You finish all 3 division sets in a league. You put them in, and you get the American League or National League card. You see the 99 Craig Biggio and 99 Gary Sheffield for the National League. You finish the American League and the National League collections. You put those 2 cards in here, and you get the all MLB collection. And that's the Live Series collection. So important things about this, for a team like the Orioles, it's not a huge deal if you lock cards in. Like when I'm doing it, if I hit square, auto select, any card I don't already have put in the collection will automatically be added. If I hit yes here, it's going to give me an error because I completed the collection and then some of the players on the roster changed. Like I said, I cannot advance a complete collection, and I completed the collection at some point before these players were on the roster. But if I didn't have it done, and I tried to add those 5 guys to the Orioles, it would lock them in. But an important thing to know is a team like the Yankees, again, they have 6 diamonds. Say I have Luke Voigt and I have Giancarlo Stanton. There is no reason for me to auto-select and put those 2 cards in unless I also have the guys like DJ LeMahieu and Garrett Cole. Because then I am stuck with Luke Voigt and Giancarlo Stanton, who I probably wouldn't want to be starting on my team. But now I'm just like, well, I guess they're here now. And they just sit here. And the reason that's so important is because once you collect a card, you can no longer sell it. It is stuck with you for ever. I can delete the application on my PlayStation, re-download it, and those cards will still be here, stuck on my team with nothing I can do for them. So that's basically how the Live Series collection works. And you got Legend Flashback. You saw that 99 Mike Trout. I finished all the collections just because I wanted to be able to say I finished them all. But the way they worked is every card series I showed off earlier got a collection. Like, say I go to the postseason. If I collected 15 postseason cards, any postseason cards, including current season postseason cards, I got a voucher. You get 15 vouchers, you got Mike Trout. And that 99 Mike Trout, again, these collection cards are always really good cards that people are going to want on their team. And all of those card series I showed off are in here, and pretty much all of them gave you a voucher for that Mike Trout card. You see some other collections in here for some programs I haven't really gone over yet, and that's okay. But monthly flashback, you put in player of the month cards. Players have a good month, they get a player of the month card, or they get a Topps Now card during that month. You throw them in here, and it gives you the player who played the best that month according to the game. I scroll over here, you have stadiums. I want to go to the classic stadium. You throw in these, there's 11 stadiums here, you throw in all 11, and you get the Polo Grounds, which I like to play at, but a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of due to its unorthodox shape. And there's just a lot of fun collections like that. Unlockables and equipment, or you just say, you throw in, say I got all of these batting gloves, these diamond batting gloves I don't have down here, and I get 500 stubs, 1000 XP, and a nameplate, which is in the top right where it shows my stub count. That's what a nameplate is. All the equipment ones are basically like that, except this goat one, which if you finish the Trout and the Mantle and the Polo Grounds collection, and you hit a high enough level, you get all of these things, you throw them in, you get one of them, you get 5 packs, you finish 2, you get that little icon I use in the top right, you finish 3, you get a nameplate, but I chose to use a different one, and you finish 4, I get the best skin I have on my team. And then trophies, these are just get some PlayStation trophies. It's something they threw in the game just because. You get 10 equipment, you get trophies, it's really not that big a deal either way. And one diamond player, make sure you don't choose anyone. I wonder if I put in here. And it's not worth the time to figure out, there's a lot of diamonds in the game. But that is basically all there is to collections and player types. Those are 2 really big features in this game that, if you don't understand, will make this a lot harder. As always, thank you for watching. There should be another video out later today going over the ways to play, a basic introduction, all these things here that I briefly touched over in my initial intro video. As well as later tonight, you will be able to see another 100 pack a day until MLB The Show 21 drops. I have a lot of packs left open. as always, the best is yet to come.